Hey, welcome back. We got a good talk today. Today we're going to talk about the tech industry. A lot of people are saying, oh my God, the world is ending, tech is collapsing, everybody's losing their jobs. What are we going to do? So the question we're going to get discussing is the tech industry still great for 2025? Let's get right into it. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is your grandpa. We're going to get into it.
Well, the naysayers are here and they're saying the same thing again. The tech industry is collapsing. AI is replacing jobs. Uh, Companies are failing, and all of the naysayers. And you know what? I'm 70 years old, and I have heard this in the tech industry since I was 16. And it's been going on in the industry as technology advances and changes and rechanges and changes again. What basically going to happen? I mean, you go back to in the early days in the 1800s and early 1900s, everything was drawn by horse and buggy. Of course, later on we had the modern car, and as things began to progress, industries shift, industries change. Also, there's a lot of speculation that occurs in industries. For instance, in the late 2019, everybody said, "Oh, certain industries are going to grow," and they overhired. Google did it, Microsoft did it, all these companies did it, with the idea that they were going to put all these employees in and develop this AI and all this other technology, and they were going to make a windfall. Well, what we're really seeing is, of course, that windfall didn't show up. So what's been happening over the past couple of years, and each year you'll see it, 568 companies are reducing their force, whether it be their sales force, their technical force, their development force. And at the same time as tech's developing and the industry's developing, the same thing has been happening for quite some time.
I mean, robots are taking over some manufacturing jobs, and that is going to happen. So what do you do as an employee who's looking at this? You need to recheck your abilities. Find out what industries are open, what industries are growing, and maybe you need to go from maybe a Microsoft to a smaller company, a startup company, or things like this, because that's where it's going to be, where you're going to find the most money. Truthfully, the industry is not a balloon ready to burst. What it is certain parts of the tech industry right now overhired, and certain industries are shifting. That is something that happens. I have been, like I said, in the tech industry since 2016, and I have worked for Xerox and other companies, and I have seen the same thing happen over and over again, where tech industry shifts. Things move. Companies try to come up with a new idea or a new way to do things. Sometimes it works and grows, like the internet. Sometimes it doesn't. Let's be honest, what's been happening in the industry with AI, it's not producing the income that they thought it was going to produce. And that's causing the shift again. But again, this shift seems to happen every 7 years. So what does that mean to you? Do you turn around and go, oh my God, I lost my job, I'm not going to have a thing? Listen, I've been in the tech industry for many, many, many years, like I said. And right now, what we're seeing is a shift in certain parts of the industry that are shifting and turning and reevaluating the way they do business. Because, again, certain industries, certain parts of the industry are laying off because they misinterpreted the market, overhired, and now they're letting people go. And in some areas, like we said, in manufacturing, these jobs are going away because they're being replaced by machines. So what do you need to do? What is it that's going to save your tuchus from being out in the street? Let's be honest. In the real industry, I've been around a long time, is to be proactive. If you still have a job, or if you lost your job, get that resume out and now look at your skills. and start thinking at what areas of that you could go, little startup companies or new companies. Let's be honest right now. We're about to have an economic boom in this country. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen very quickly. President Trump has been helping get industries come back to this country. And they're going to be hiring certain type of tech jobs, certain types of industries. So what you need to do is change the way you look for a job. The old days of going to Indeed and looking for a job has changed. Most of the time, you're going to need to go directly to the company or find the company or search the company out. It's not going to be easy because the industry is constantly changing. And remember that you need to tailor your particular resume to that particular job. Don't just make a resume and then send it out to everybody and think somebody's going to respond. Today, AI looks at your resume. I remember many, many years ago, I was I put a job application out at a hospital. And during the interview process, I got there. They told me the job had been filled. And I was, kind of sunken and didn't know what to quite do about it. But he said the AI just told us that there's another job that just opened in the hospital about an hour ago, and you'd be a good fit for you. And I interviewed for the job, and I got the job. But the bottom line was, you need to go in maybe to a headhunter. Maybe you need to do your own due diligence and go to a resume program which has AI. And every time you're going to apply for a particular job, have the AI look at the qualifications they're looking for and have it look at your resume and make changes. That is, you believe me, I tell you, it's a one word. Because one of the things, once I started working for the hospital, the one thing I found out about was that they had 500 applications for the same job every day. How do you sort out from 500 applications to get one job? First thing, it has to stand out. It has to be something that they're looking for particularly, and there are certain keywords that it's going to be looking for to get that job, but it's also going to be the opposite. It's going to be looking for keywords that not to look at you. People don't realize that certain keywords, the AI will simply spit your application out and just say no. And certain words it'll bring in. I'm a YouTuber right now, and I'm doing these videos. And one of the things I do when I'm creating my titles is I look for keywords that make you look at this video. You follow what I'm saying? So anyway, I hope this information has been helpful for you. With the tech industry changing and the shift into different types of AI and different types of manufacturing and different types of things, the tech industry is always going to be growing. I can tell you, I've been around, and in 60 years, I've seen the shift, the change, and it seems to cycle every 7 years from one thing to another thing to another thing, and where companies think they're going to go one direction and they hire and they don't. Anyway, I hope this information will have been helpful for you. If you're a tech and you want to stay in the tech industry, it's a great industry. It's not going to fail you, but you're going to have to be proactive, get your skill levels up, make sure that your resume is up to date, and use AI to help you search for those jobs. Until next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can give us a thank you button, become a channel member, or you can buy us a cup of coffee to support the channel. Tell me in the comments, was this helpful for you, and any ideas for other people who are looking for a job in the tech industry. Check out my other videos. Check out my other how-tos. You won't be disappointed. This is your Grandpa KC. You have a marvelous day.